With the rise of TikTok and the amount of Skate 3 videos that are on there, the amount of people that are getting introduced to this series is actually quite a lot. Some people are playing Skate 3 for the first time 14 years later after the game came out. Which brings me to talk about beginner behavior that I have seen throughout the decade. If you do these things, stop doing it. First thing I'm going to talk about is if you play in Goofy, stop pushing with A. My first upload on my YouTube channel is me pushing with A, or X because PlayStation. But it is a sin to Mongo push. You don't want to be caught Mongo pushing. The second thing that people do is play the game as if it's GTA. You know, in GTA, you have to spam the button to run. You just can't hold it. That's what these people think that they're doing in Skate 3. They are spamming the push button, thus not getting any speed. Just hold the button and save your thumbs. The third thing when it comes to pushing is that pushing is the fastest you're ever going to get on flat. Unless you're going down a hill, you're not going to get any faster than that. So, going down a hill while pushing doesn't help you go faster. I'm sorry for everyone who keeps pushing down hills. That is actually a noobish behavior. The next thing on the list is playing in default. No, not because that they were lazy to make a new skater, because they see all of the great people that play Skate 3 online are default themselves. If I look like them, I'll be great at Skate as well. That's just not the case. What's happening is that these people are seeing people who are great at Skate 3 wear DLC that they don't own. If you hop into an online lobby and you don't have any DLC, but someone in that lobby does, they will appear default. Hence the confusion. And finally, not using your right stick to land your jumps. What I mean by that is I see people who are new to this game try to go for the highest rotation they can, and they just fall flat on their face. It's not because they're not landing in a transition and solely landing on flat. It's because that they are not landing cleanly and they are at a 90-degree angle, which will just make you fall over. While in air, pushing the right stick left or right will tweak your body 90 degrees. And that 90 degrees can be helpful for getting that extra rotation around. So no more falling flat on your face, you have a little bit more rotation to use with the other stick. And now it's time to plug my grand scheme that I've been cooking up for the better part of almost 2 years. Every time Skate makes a post on their TikTok account, I only leave one message, and that message just simply says, Joe. Why Joe? I've been pretty consistent with it too, so much in the fact that the guy that runs the TikTok account realizes what I'm doing and commented on one of my TikTok videos with Joe, and then came into my live stream when I was live on TikTok to ask me what this whole Joe thing was about. Well, it all started as a joke between my friends at the tail end of 2020, where we talk about early 2010 uploads of Skate 3 where they're just recording their TV, showing themselves doing something that they think is really cool but has done 1,000 times before. And typically they are the default Skate 3 character. Basically an era before everyone had a capture card in their console. The people who uploaded those videos we called Joe, and we poked fun of that by making an account called Joe Skating, where we just made parody videos of everyone uploading shitty Skate 3 content. The more low res, the crappier the camera angles, the better. But I wanted to make Joe real. I wanted Joe to at least have a cameo in the next Skate game. Skate has an official Discord, and on their Discord, there is a Skate Ideas forum, where you can enter your own idea that you want to see in the next Skate game. And I just made something just called Joe. Joe is your average person who picked up skating for the first time and is excited to learn to skate. However, he is very thick-headed. Joe jumps into action without a second thought, injuring himself badly every time. Joe is used as a promotional tool to get people playing the game. By the teaching of Coach Frank, if he returns, Joe will learn how to skate. Every promotional ad for the game will be introducing a new skate mechanic that Joe will learn how to use, but because of his thick-headedness, he fails every time. Joe is used as an example of what not to do. You learn from Joe bettering yourself as a skater. Each time Joe appears in the next ad, he is more battered and bruised to the point where he's in a full body cast. And each ad gets more extreme for Joe, making it impossible for him to do a simple trick. The Coach Frank X Joe dynamic is a master and student gag that will draw attention to the everyday gamer into the world of skate. Now it's up to Full Circle if they actually want to do this, but the presence of Joe is more like a TV show I watched called Pros vs. Joes, where they have your everyday guys, a Joe, partake in a challenge against a professional athlete. And my whole idea is that Joe is a living legend within San Vansterdam. You'll see hints of him here and there, and there'll be reference of him, but you'll never actually meet him. He's gone down as a legend not because he's really great at skating, but he was the most radical out of the bunch in the local skate scene. So if you like the idea of Joe and want him in the next skate game, please reply to my message on the Skate Discord, and together, Joe skating will become a thing in reality.